And in my current job as Assistant Secretary of State for Political Military Affairs, I oversee many of our important relationships with the private sector. I also have the privilege of working closely with our colleagues at the Department of Defense. I manage about $6 billion in security assistance that we invest to build the capabilities of our partners around the world, from places like Korea to Colombia. We also facilitate about $100 billion in defense exports. If we only look at American leadership through the lens of some of these headline issues, we would miss some of the major stories that are shaping the 21st century. And I'd like to discuss one of those major trend lines today, and that's the emergence of the Asia-Pacific region as a global economic powerhouse. It's a region I've been very focused on over the past year at the State Department, even as we remain engaged in the Middle East and Europe and elsewhere. And here's why. Asia accounts for 60% of the world's population. Over the next 4 years, nearly half of all economic growth outside the US is expected to come from Asia. I think it's fitting to be talking about Asia here at the Commonwealth Club, because California is the perfect example of why Asia's future and America's future are bound together. For decades, the West Coast, and California especially, has been at the forefront of our economic engagement with Asia. And the rest of the country, including DC, is now catching on. Since 2009, California's exports to Asia are up nearly 50%. Last year, according to the Department of Commerce, this state exported $71 billion worth of goods to Asia, and those exports supported over 800,000 good-paying California jobs. This state exports more to India and Japan than any other state. And 5 of the top 7 export markets for California are in Asia. So here in California and in the Bay Area, you know firsthand the benefits of trade with Asia. To build on that progress, one of our highest priorities this year is to complete the Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement, which would open new markets and set high standards on labor and the environment for 12 countries, which together account for almost 40% of global GDP. Now, you may be wondering, why is someone who works on security issues talking to you about economic relations in Asia? The answer to that is simple. Trade doesn't just happen. It's security that forms the foundation for a successful economic relationship. And since the end of World War II, 70 years ago, the United States has been the bedrock that has underpinned security in the Asia-Pacific region. In Northeast Asia, our alliances with the Republic of Korea and Japan have helped both nations prosper.